I'm coming out. I'm da 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 na 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 na. What's up, y'all? It's Caden. I was asked the other day to give some like coming out tips and story of how I came out and all that stuff. So I don't really say that how I came out was coming out, but just because I didn't come out doesn't mean that I don't still have tips for y'all. So alright, so it's a little bit difficult to give out coming out tips that are just kind of like generalized, because when you come out it's always about like your specific situation and who you are, how old you are, you know, your home life, all that good stuff. So my first tip would be to know your situation. Like if you're underage and you live with your parents and you know your parents aren't really too accepting, maybe, you know, hold back and wait or reevaluate or see what you could do to get out of said situation, or however you want to handle it. Just know your situation and, you know, realize like the pros and cons that are going to happen if you come out in that specific situation. Really be cautious if you know your situation doesn't really seem like it would be like the best one or the easiest one to get through. The other thing that goes along with that is knowing yourself, because you really have to know yourself and come out to yourself and talk to yourself and be like, hey, this is me, this is who I am, that's not, you know what I mean, like this and this and this, that's what makes me me. And I think that's the hardest thing, is to accept yourself, because other people, you know, people are gonna come and go. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, like, you know, things get bad, things get crazy, like people come, people go, and things happen. But you're always there with yourself, you know what I mean? Like you look at yourself in the mirror every day, and sometimes, you know, like you need to love yourself to that point where you're like, this is me, and I'm awesome, and I'm great, and I love myself, you know? And once you accept yourself and come out to yourself and know yourself and all that stuff, it's easier for you to come out to other people, because it's just pure, you know what I mean? It's just you. You're not trying, you're not doing, it's just you. Everything about you is just projecting off of you. Next tip, support. Find your support system, find your support group, whether it's on the internet or it's your family or it's your friends, or it doesn't have to be like, as long as you have that one person who's gonna hold you down, that's all you really need. Sometimes you get more than that, sometimes all you get is that one person, and sometimes that person is yourself. So make sure you have support, because you always need a place to go, even if it's, you know, just like a center. Like if you just have like a trans center that you can go to and you can talk to them, and, you know, just find your support, or if it's a therapist or a friend or just someone you trust and, you know, knows that they care about you and everything, that they'll help you regardless of any type of situation. Because if something does go bad, you need a place to stay, or, you know, like you need somewhere to go or something like that, at least you'll have that support system to fall back on. And then later on, they'll help you pick yourself up, because you're probably going to be, you know, like on the floor, like, woe is me, and they'll help raise you back up. So support is always good, it's always necessary, because I know sometimes I get lost in my own ideas, and I need, you know, the people that care about me to pull me back out and like snap me back into reality and be like, hey, look, no. The next tip, if you're of age to like have a job or something, do it, because you need money. Because if anything goes bad, you got the money to, you know, hold yourself down for a while, or whatever you got to do, or you got money to transition or anything. Like just have, you know, a job and have money. Like if you're coming out to your parents or something, that way, you know, like if they try to kick you out or something, you're like, hey, I'm fine, like I'm independent and I do me, like, you know, like take care of yourself. The next tip I'll say is research, because research is important. I really suggest doing research, that way you know where you can go to and where you can turn to and where you can find this and that, and, you know, everything that you need to find, whether it's a counselor or a binder, or if you're on, you know, and if you're a trans woman, then like if you find gaps or something, like it's always good to have support and to do your research. That way you know that you can take care of yourself, and that the people around you and the people that care about you will help you take care of yourself. The next one is have a game plan, like depending on who you're coming out to and everything, like it's always different. The next one is test the waters, and by that I mean like just kind of like talk about certain things around the, you know, the person you're trying to come out to, and just see like, you know, where their mindset is at and how they feel about it. Just kind of be like, oh yeah, what do you think about, you know, LGBT things? Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about, you know, it's a little bit harder when you're trying to like find people to actually pin down. Like, you know, you can't just be like, oh, what about Ellen DeGeneres? Like, you know, like we don't have a lot of representation, and some of the representation that we have isn't super great, if you know what I mean. But some of them are really great, and they really come in handy to help not just prove points, but to educate people and to, you know, expand their minds and show them things and show them new ideas and everything. So I really suggest like testing the waters, just so you know, like if somebody like gives you that wrong vibe when you're talking about something like that, then maybe you shouldn't come out to them, you know what I mean? Like maybe you should be careful, or maybe you should, you know, be prepared for, you know, a bad situation. But for the most part, I think coming out is great because it's just helping you be more you. But yeah, I mean, just be you, just be authentically you, you know, just be you, and that's really all the real tips that there really is about coming out, because it's always different and it's always, you know, a different experience. My shirt and my hat are both from Ea Loca. Go check them out, ealoca.com or @_ealoca on Twitter and Instagram. They're also on Facebook. I'm currently doing a partnership with them for the Pinche Machismo bomber jacket. I get 10% of the profits, or 20% of the profits for my top surgery. I think there's a few more left, but also they just have other clothes. They have hats and stuff too, and it's really awesome. We're trying to break gender rules and everything, and I really love it. It's a great company. Yeah, so check them out. Maybe I'll make a video about, you know, the bomber jackets and everything. I do have like a little video out about machismo and everything. But yeah, we're just trying to break gender rules and everything, and just let everybody just be who they are and how they are, because everybody is, and everybody is beautiful. And when you're free to just be, it's a really beautiful thing. So yeah. I'll see you guys next time. All my info is down below. Message me if you want me to do any more videos. Send me questions for Q&A. I'm always trying to do Q&A. I have a really cool drinking game that I want to play soon, so I'm waiting for one of my friends to come and play with me. So hopefully one of my friends comes through soon and we can play that game. So see y'all later. Peace out. Like, why do you need tips when we can just listen to music? I feel like that's the solution to life.